The question of whether the individual self, Jiva, is permanently under the control of time, Kāla, even after enlightenment, touches on one of the most subtle and profound areas of Indian philosophy. To understand this properly, it is important to distinguish between the ordinary experience of the self and the deeper realization described in spiritual traditions. In everyday life, the Jiva is clearly bound by time. It is born, it ages, it experiences change, and eventually it dies. All of these processes unfold within time, and therefore the individual self appears to be entirely subject to Kāla. As long as a person identifies with the body and mind, time governs their existence. Memory belongs to the past, perception happens in the present, and anticipation projects into the future. In this sense, the Jiva is inseparable from time. However, the idea of enlightenment introduces a radical shift in understanding. Enlightenment is not merely an improvement in the condition of the individual self, nor is it simply a release from the effects of time in a physical sense. Rather, it is a transformation in identity. The realized person no longer sees themselves as the limited Jiva, but recognizes their true nature as pure consciousness, which is beyond all change. From this perspective, time continues to operate at the level of the body and the world. The enlightened person still appears to live, act, and move through time, just like anyone else. Their body ages, events unfold, and the external world continues its temporal flow. Yet inwardly, there is a fundamental difference. The realized one no longer identifies with the changing aspects of existence. Instead, they abide as the witnessing awareness in which all change, including time, appears. This leads to an important clarification. It is not that the Jiva becomes free from time as an entity that escapes its influence. Rather, the very notion of being a time-bound Jiva is seen as a misunderstanding. Enlightenment reveals that one's true nature was never actually within time to begin with. Time belongs to the realm of appearances, while consciousness, the true self, is timeless. Therefore, the question can be answered in two ways, depending on the level of understanding. From the ordinary, practical point of view, the Jiva is always under the control of time. As long as individuality is assumed, time cannot be escaped. But from the highest standpoint, enlightenment dissolves the identification with the Jiva altogether. What remains is pure awareness, which is not affected by time. In conclusion, enlightenment does not grant the Jiva freedom from time in the way one might initially imagine. Instead, it reveals that the true self is beyond time, and that the sense of being a time-bound individual was never ultimately real. Time continues, but it no longer defines one's identity.